Alright guys, Mike from Boyer Bows here. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to continue with the process that I had before of trying to make a Mollegabet bow from start to finish for you. But I'm also going to, this time I'm going to do it, I'm going to make a high performance longbow for under $10. That's the goal today. So what we're going to do here, what I'm measuring here is just how big my handle's going to be. That's about right. And then I'll show you what I did as far as these dimensions are concerned. Alright, let's just get this here. Then you take it out to here. Out to here. Okay. Basically what a Mollegabet is a bow, as you saw from my earlier video. There's a portion of the bow that's working and there's a portion of the bow that's static. Let's show you the dimensions here. I'll start from the middle. You can just repeat for the other limb. They got a 5-inch handle, 2-inch fade, 14 inches of working limb. This is the part of the limb that's going to bend. Another 2-inch fade, and then 12 inches of static limb. Now the reason I went, these are supposed to be the same length. The reason I went 12 and 14 is because the fade does not bend either. So 2 plus 12 is 14 of static part of the limb, and then 14 inches of bending limb, moving into 2 inches of fade here, which doesn't bend, into 5 inches of handle, which also is not supposed to bend. Then repeat for the other limb. Now what I'm doing here, the handle in this case, I made it about an inch and about an inch and a half across. And then I faded from the beginning of the fade here out to the end of the limb and out, end of the fade and out to the end of the fade. And then I will be doing that again. As a matter of fact, I'll do it right now. The only difference is I'm going to keep the static part of the limb here. It's going to be a little bit more narrow than the inch and a half I had in the handle. I'm going to have this part only at about I'm gonna go 3/4. That's a little bit. That can be a little big for the fade, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. There, and then about there, and about there. We're gonna carry that through. Let's do that again. This board is a piece of red oak that I picked up at Lowe's, and it was $8.50 at Lowe's. So basically I'm making the entire bow for $8.50. A high performance bow that'll be good for target shooting or hunting, whatever you're so inclined, whatever your preference. Darn it. I hate these fat markers. They never... Real men blame their equipment, guys. Remember that. But you'll be able to hunt pretty much anything in North America with it. I'm going for 50 pounds. I would have liked a heavier bow, but red oak to me is not the world's best bow wood. It's very good, it's very hard, there's nothing wrong with it, but to me, I wouldn't go more than 50 pounds without a backing. In fact, having just said that, I'm starting to think maybe I may do a $10 bow and put a backing on it, but we'll decide that when the time comes. Basically, I'm going to make a high performance longbow here for $10 or less. Let's go with that. And all I need is this one piece of wood, $8.50. This is a let's see if you can see that. It's 1 by 3 by 6 piece of wood. Red oak from Lowe's, $8.50 when I got it. I don't know what it is by you, but that's how much I paid for it. And I'm also going to challenge myself a little bit here, because in this particular build I am only going to use one tool, or actually two tools. No power tools, no craziness. I'm going to use this file. This is obviously the girthy file, and a four-way rasp, or whatever they call these things. And those are the only two tools I'm going to use. I just picked them up. They're brand new. I just picked them up at Ace Hardware. They were in the bargain bin for $4.99 together. $4.99. So right now, not including tools, this bow is going to cost me $8.50 plus my time, but I'm not adding that in. With my tools, I'm up to, obviously, let's see, $13.99, so $14. But it's going to be a very high performance bow, I hope. Let's keep our fingers crossed. The last one didn't work out, but I'm not under the gun. I have no deadline this time, so we can do it, a little more meticulously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rasp now. I'm going to work this part of the bow off right here. Actually, I will be also using a saw, and I'll be cutting this part off with a handsaw. And I'll be taking this part down with the rasp. I don't have to take anything down here, which is one of the reasons I like a Mollegabet. I don't have to do anything to this limb yet. And then I'm also going to taper off the handle. And all I'm going to do is just grind it off. That's it. I'm not going to taper the thickness yet. I'll come back to that when the time comes. Alright guys, I'm going to come back to you when I have done that. We'll see you in a little bit.